So we're going to go over how to rewire your brain for maximum success. Now, this is going to be one of the most important lectures that you watch in this entire program. And the reason for that is your mindset is the most important factor when it comes to accomplishing any type of success, whether it be in business, personal, whatever that may be. Because if you don't believe that you can accomplish something, if you don't have your mind in the right place, then you can have all of the skills, you can have all the capabilities, all the knowledge, and everything else that you need to succeed. However, you're not going to take action on that because your beliefs about yourself and your capabilities are not going to be aligned. And then also your identity as far as who you are. Because if you have all the skills that are necessary as far as generating leads, as far as being able to deliver results for clients, whether it be on Facebook, Google, whatever digital marketing skill that may be, right? If you don't have the right mindset, if you're not going in the right direction, then all that skill, all those capabilities are going to be all for naught. So we're going to cover a success consciousness. And what I mean by this is essentially having a state of mind where you see opportunities where others may see obstacles, okay? Because whatever happens to us, regardless of how we see it, right? If it's negative, if it's positive, there's always something to learn from that situation. And it's all about the meaning that we're attaching to it. Because let's say something happens and we see it as a negative, as a problem. Well, we want to be able to turn that into an opportunity, and where we can look at everything that happens to us not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, to be able to collect data, to be able to modify and adjust our actions, right? If we're not getting the right type of result. And so being able to develop a state of mind where we see opportunities where others see obstacles is extremely important. And you're going to learn how to be able to develop that kind of mindset in this lesson here. Now, along with that, it's about having the desire to move forward and to evaluate exactly what's happening within our awareness and be able to make educated decisions to move forward towards our goal, regardless of what's happening in our life, in our business, in our current situation, because we know that it's simply just temporary, right? And that we're going to be able to get over it. And it's just a matter of understanding our current situation and being able to develop different strategies, different methods to be able to overcome whatever it is that we're going through. So let's go right ahead and jump in here. So the 5 areas that we're going to cover in this lesson here is going to be number 1, the DILT model of change. This is a powerful mental model that you're going to be able to use whenever you have any type of problem, any type of obstacle that arises. You're going to be able to use this to your advantage to be able to come up with a viable solution to that particular problem. You can think of the DILT model of change as a model of success, as a mental model that allows you to understand where you're currently lacking in one particular area and what you need to do to increase and improve that particular area and how everything else is affected. Okay, so we're going to get into that very much so in depth. I just want to go over what we're covering in this lesson here. And then the next section, we're going to cover the conscious and unconscious mind, the roles that they play. Because believe it or not, the unconscious mind is where we store a lot of our memories, a lot of our experiences, a lot of the different things that happen to us and that we do, right, unknowingly, and that we think that we're consciously in control of. So we're going to look at the differences between the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, how they both work together to allow us to create our own reality and really create our life, our experiences, and what we deem to be true or not true in our life. And then we have the power of cause and effect. Now, this is a very important concept here that allows us to understand that everything that we're doing is causing some sort of effect, whether we are aware of it or not. And that's a lot of times where we fall short in understanding our behavior, the consequences, the implications of what we're doing and what we're not doing. And so we're going to look at the implications of cause and effect and where we can understand how to use this to our advantage. And then we have how to increase your awareness. When it comes to making any type of change in our life, whether it be in our personal life, business life, we first need to become aware that a problem exists and that something is, within our unconscious awareness, because a lot of what we're doing and the actions, the decisions that we're making is in our unconscious, right? And so we are just doing things and we think that we're consciously making these decisions and taking these actions. However, it's all unconscious, and we want to bring light to that, right? We want to bring awareness to those issues, those problems, those frames of mind that we're using to look at the world, right? And a lot of times we have negative views on how things are and how things should be, and where we often tend to be the victim and place blame on others, when we need to be looking at ourselves and looking at our situation and being able to bring awareness to different areas where we may be looking at things not from the best perspective or from the best point of view, right? And so this is where we're going to increase the awareness by being able to shine light into those areas that are not serving us. And then finally, we have the 4 pillars of success. And this is where we're going to go over knowing exactly what we want and being able to understand what type of result that's going to produce, and then being able to know that we have to take action once we know exactly what we want. And then being able to gather information, gather data, gather feedback, and then also understanding once we gather that feedback, once we gather that data, that we must have some sort of flexibility and understanding that not everything is going to be exactly how we planned it to be, right? Success is never going to be a straight line. There's going to be a lot of different ups and downs. There's going to be, different forks in the road that we need to, take left, take a right. But understanding this, and we're going to go into the 4 pillars of success very much so in detail, but I just wanted to give you here an overview of what we're going to be covering in this lesson here. This is going to be a bit long. However, I want you to understand that this particular lesson is most likely going to be the most important one that you go through, and that you may need to go through a few times, because this is creating for you your success mindset, right? It's allowing you to be able to create a mindset where you are looking at everything as opportunities for growth, where others are looking at things as obstacles. And so this is going to give you a huge advantage in being able to go after your goals, accomplish what you want to accomplish, and having the success that you want to have. So let's go right ahead and jump in here.